Rishi. Is Rishi bending the rules for Lord Frost?
Rishi insists Lord Frost could stand for Tories in general election. It was claimed he couldn't, but now he can. I mean, I'd say it's a non-story, but people seem to think that's a Lewis Schaefer catchphrase, as if he invented that term. But anyway, so even if
He didn't. He popularised it.
I think people were saying it for a long while. If people had a story that really didn't have a lot of detail in it, people didn't go, oh, it's like an empty story.
Non-story was known. He'll be crushed. Hope he's not watching.
So even if they had a plan to stop Lord Frost standing, they wouldn't do now, because they've run out of so many MPs. So by the time we finish this bit, it'll be up to 85.
Yeah.
They would take anyone. They'd ask that guy back with the offer of, like, what tractor, so we can look at the porn again, Neil Parish.
That guy, I think they should bring him back. Who hasn't? Anyway, Nick, what do you make of this?
Well, I've actually asked David myself, trying to get an exclusive, but he said, I'll tell you when I've got a minute. So hopefully by the Weekly Sceptic on Tuesday, but I didn't manage to get the exclusive, but because he did admit, he's not surprised that it's confusing, because at one point it was like he's barred, and then I read Sunak saying, no, of course he's not barred. That's ludicrous.
Well, he's thinking of dropping out that Lord.
He would drop out of being a Lord just so he could run.
Right.
He claimed in the Telegraph, and this is out there, he said, I'm grateful to the Prime Minister for clarifying. He said, I wasn't clear whether I could apply to stand for the Commons this election. But he's saying it's very late in the process, time is short, but I'll now consider the options. So what you might assume from this is that they maybe didn't want him, they weren't thrilled about him standing. Maybe the conspiracy would be...
But why not? Is it because he's too right-wing?
If you read... Well, yeah, he's a NatCon. He's associated with the sort of NatCon side of the party. There's one thing that this Conservative Party hates, it's Conservatives. And if there's another thing they hate, it's Boris Johnson. If there's another thing they hate, it's winning. And he's associated with all three of those. So, of course, they don't want Frost. That's my theory. But if you read that piece in the Telegraph a while ago, people like Aman Bogle, who's a contributed to GB News, and people like David Campbell-Bannerman said they effectively banned him from standing. So there are ways, they make it difficult, subtle ways. So it sounds a bit to me like it's been that. I mean, why wouldn't they make it clear to him, yes, we definitely want you to stand? You know, why would they leave it to the last minute and make it difficult? That's
so weird, Steve. Can't we go back to the good old days when Labour stood for the working class rather than the middle class, you know, because it's called Labour, and the Conservatives were Conservative? That would be great, just so that we have the choice. I'd like them both to do that.